So I've seen a couple of questions about whether or not to get Xe'sha's Super Skin Plus, and I decided that I would make a video to help people understand what it really does for her. So in this case, when you unlock the skin, it can be upgraded to 10,650 magic attack. And then if you get the Super Skin Plus, it'll double that to about 21,000. Now if we look at Xe'sha's stats as they currently are, now my Xe'sha has everything maxed out except for the intelligence ring, which will add some more magic attack. So this is almost max, but not quite. The magic attack she is sitting at right now is 53,000. So adding 21,000 to that would be a huge boost for her stats. So if we take a look at her skills to see what magic attack actually does, we can see that Deadly Ray benefits from 125% magic attack plus 4,800. So adding another 20,000 magic attack will add approximately 25,000 damage to this ability right here. So what she does is she drains 3% from the max health of any allies over 25% of their current health remaining. And then she attacks the enemy with the lowest magic defense. Now this is perfect because she'll always attack whoever she can do the most damage to. And then the best part about Xe'sha too is that her normal attacks are magic damage, much like Celeste and Morrigan. So her basic attacks will do huge damage and they'll keep increasing as the fight goes on. Next, her spiritual power buff is 50% magic attack. So again, her magic attack going up by over 20,000 will definitely increase this a lot. So she fills her allies with magic power, damaging them by 3% of their max health. And then she empowers them with magic attack bonus for 4 seconds. And this bonus is doubled for Chaos Heroes. So this works really well for Xe'sha, Lilith, Aiden, and Peppy, and Dorian. But then for the 4 seconds, they'll have this huge magic attack bonus, which allows them to do more damage. And including Xe'sha, her auto attacks will do more damage. The Crimson Mist isn't affected by magic attack, but it's still a useful ability. And then Soaring Might. Whenever an ally loses health from allied skills, Xe'sha gains a permanent magic attack bonus of 25% of the health lost by the ally. So this is why Xe'sha works really well in a Chaos team, especially with Aiden, because Aiden is constantly damaging his own team with the sacrifice mechanic and basically allowing them to gain more health and as well as boosting Xe'sha's damage. Here's a test fight where I'm just showing how Xe'sha's damage works. You can see her first auto attack is basically just her magic attack damage. So in this case, 53,022, which happens right there against Cleaver. And that's because her magic penetration penetrates all of Cleaver's magic defense. So in this case, it's good to have as much magic penetration as you need to penetrate the enemy's magic defense, and then you can see Xe'sha's full power. Now as the fight goes on, you'll see Xe'sha's magic damage increasing as the fight goes because of her abilities as well as Aiden's and Cleaver's, because they're both doing sacrifice mechanics. So you'll see that her auto attacks keep doing more and more damage, and eventually she's able to hit for huge numbers. And you can see right there, she just did over 100,000 to Cleaver with an auto attack. And then the fight will keep going on. And the nice thing with Mushy and Shroom here is that she benefits from Aiden increasing the health, which increases her damage. And then Xe'sha will actually pull from the life force of Mushy and Shroom's minions to help increase her damage abilities. And in this case, I also paired Xe'sha with Cleaver and Anvari to have high health total tanks on her side for her to draw her power from. And you can see here she's drawing her power for her deadly attack, which does over 300,000 to the enemy Anvari. Now in this case, it didn't do any more damage because he was reduced to 0 health, or basically 1 health, and then Fafnir's shield stopped the rest. the rest of the fight is not that interesting, so I'll skip to the stats. Now keep in mind here that Aiden's damage is mostly done to your own team, so his damage doesn't really count in this case. But Xe'sha did 1.7 million damage, and then Mushy and Shroom, was basically second highest damage dealer for your team. So it's a very good team, except, this enemy team was not ideal. It was just for testing purposes. Now, when you're looking at Xe'sha's super skin, you go to the Sunny shop here, and once you unlock the skin, you'll be able to purchase this super skin plus for 85,000. And it doesn't matter what rank your skin is at when you unlock this beach skin plus. Basically, just every level of the skin that you do, it'll be doubled once you get the beach skin plus. And you can get the 85,000 coins by completing the objectives in the beach season, or you can just purchase them with emeralds up here. But whichever way you do it is entirely up to you. Now, in terms of the Hydra, this is the team that I use for the light, the darkness, and now the earth Hydra, because that's the one that we struggle on besides the other, the two that I can solo. Using Xe'sha, Aiden, Mushy and Shroom, Faceless, and Martha, I can solo the legendary light and darkness Hydra for my guild, which leaves them free to attack the other Hydra heads. And then the Earth Hydra is another one that we struggle with, and I found out that this team actually does pretty well against them. It does like 60,000 damage, and so I'm hoping that with this new skin for Xe'sha, I'd be able to increase that damage as well. But if you're looking to do well against the Hydras, this team definitely seems to be a very popular one, and I would highly recommend it just because all of the heroes you use for the team are actually good in the rest of the game as well. Now, this is a typical fight against the Light Hydra. In all of these Hydra fights, I just leave it on auto attacks just to make sure that everything goes according to plan. But ideally, you would want Faceless to replicate Martha's ultimate so that it speeds up the fight, or speeds up their attack skills, and that is basically the best way to get Xe'sha to be constantly auto-attacking and increasing her damage using all of her abilities. But against the Light and Dark Hydra, I just take the auto attacks, and actually I just skip the fights now. But I believe that Faceless copies Aiden just as much as Martha, so it doesn't seem to matter in the Darkness and Light Hydras. But against the other Hydras, it may make more of a difference if you copy Martha instead. It's kind of hard to see what's happening here at the end, but Xe'sha is able to finish off the Hydra with a 12 million deadly ray. So her damage is just extremely high towards the end of these fights. So in closing, I think that the Beach Skin Plus for Xe'sha would be extremely helpful to her, and I would highly suggest getting it if you are willing to spend money in the game. If not, then don't worry about it. You'll eventually be able to get it in the Outland chest for the basic skin. And then there's talk of getting super skins from the heroic chest in the future. So this shouldn't be your only chance to get it. So if you really don't want to buy it right now, then don't worry about it. It seems like there'll be chances for it in the future. But if Xe'sha is on your main team and you use Xe'sha with the Hydras, then I can see this being a really useful skin.